Coming to the first agenda point, rollback of GST on paper and boards from 18 to 5%. Paper is not a luxury product. It is an essential commodity used daily by students, professionals, publishers, printers, packaging industries, and society at large. The recent increase of GST to 18% has created disproportionate burden on education, environment, and essential industries. Price burden example. The basic price of paper at 70 per kg would cost at 5% 73.50 and at 18% 80 to 60. It clearly shows a 9 kg increase, nearly 12% extra burden, which gets multiplied in notebooks, textbooks, exam papers, packaging, and daily use products. Coming to the raw material, the paper industry in India does not cut forests. It's a very important point. It farms its own trees, much like sugarcane or tomatoes are cultivated. Species such as subabul, casuarina, bamboo, and eucalyptus are grown on barren lands and harvested every 4 to 5 years. Mills also distribute saplings to farmers like ITC and Andhra models to promote green cover and rural income, ensuring the industry remains 100% sustainable and eco-friendly. 70% of the paper is made from recycled waste paper, 20% from agriculture residues like bagasse and beech straw, and only 8% from fresh pulp. Waste paper, the main raw material for recycled paper, is taxed at 5% GST. However, the finished paper and boards are taxed at 18% GST, creating an inverted duty structure. You need to understand paper is recyclable, it is eco-friendly, it is sustainable. We don't understand why the government is taxing it at 18%. Burden on students and competitive exams. Students preparing for MSET, civils, MBBS, CA, and other competitive exams consume 250 to 300 kgs of paper per term. That is for books, notebooks, mock tests, exam sheets, copy of paper. With GST at 18%, education becomes costlier for 24 crore children and youth across India, directly contradicting the government's push for affordable and inclusive education. Environment, contradiction, and paper bags and recycling. Paper bags are now widely used in shopping, e-commerce, groceries, and deliveries, replacing plastic. Most of these paper bags are made of recycled waste paper, which is eco-friendly. Taxing recycled paper bags at 18% GST while discouraging harmful alternatives is a direct contradiction. On one hand, the government is promoting eco-friendly paper use, but on the other hand, imposing 18% GST makes paper bag costlier than plastic or other harmful substitutes. Packaging contradictions, FMCG, food and pharma. Paper and paperboard packaging is critical for FMCG packaging, like soaps, daily essentials. Food packaging, like idli, dosa, bakery products, groceries, takeaways. Pharma packaging for medicine, cartons, leaflet, and strips. For example, medicines are taxed at reduced GST, but medicine packaging paper is taxed at 18%, leading to an unavoidable cost increase for patients. Idli, dosa, and other food items packed in simple paper bag now carries 18% GST, making even common affordable food more expensive. We are the ones who are paying an extra cost for increase in GST from 12 to 18%. International practices. In most developed nations, paper used for education, recycling, and packaging is taxed at 5% or below, often zero for educational purpose. India taxing it at 18% makes us outlier, while global governments encourage paper usage for both education and sustainability. So in the end, conclusion is, we want rollback of GST on paper and boards from 18 to 5% is not a concession but a corrective necessity. It will reduce educational costs for students, encourage recycling and eco-friendly paper bags, support FMCG, pharma and food industries with affordable packaging, align India with global best practices. Paper is education, paper is sustainability, paper is the future. Taxing it at 18% is unjust and must be corrected immediately.
Thank you, Abhishek ji. With this, we are done with agenda point 1. Now I request for agenda point 2, correct anomalies in GST on notebooks and textbooks. I again request Sri Abhishek ji Vijayawargi to please enlighten on this agenda point 2.